Good morning and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide, where for the first time in 2021 I'm actually back inside a theme park. I'm here at my home park, the Alton Towers Resort, and it's great to be back for the first day of a limited opening of the resort. Across the next couple of weeks, the gardens and grounds will be open for guests to come and enjoy, and then of course the theme park itself will then reopen on April the 12th. But yes, it's great to be back here at Alton Towers on quite a warm day, but a little bit windy, so we'll make the most of it. We'll have a look around, see any updates. Already here on Tower Street there is loads of updates to share, including a brand new event that's coming to the resort for 2021. So we're going to get straight into it, lots to cover. We might even see some rides testing, we'll have a look around the park that's open, and of course head down into the gardens for a little stroll around as well. So welcome to the first vlog on Theme Park Worldwide from inside a theme park of the year. Let's head around the park and let's go and check out some updates, including this brand new event. So as we can see here from the sign at the top of Tower Street, lots to look forward to this year. It's going to be a season of brilliant celebrations, as we can see here from the signage. And as you can see there, big list of 5 different events to look forward to throughout the year, including this, which is new for 2021, Alton Towers Mardi Gras. Loving the logo just there. It's going to be running between the 22nd of May and the 20th of June. As you can see here, it's going to be like a carnival style atmosphere that I'm really looking forward to seeing. Of course, last year there was the new event which was Oktoberfest, and that's also going to be returning for 2021 as well, between the 11th of September and the 3rd of October. Of course, the annual Scarefest event will be back this year as well, between the 8th to the 10th and then 15th through to the 31st of October. And then the Alton Towers fireworks, of course, will be back this year. Last year they couldn't go ahead, but they'll be back this year, 5th, 6th and 7th of November. And then of course Christmas. We've got no dates for that here yet, but Christmas is looking like it's going to be really huge this year here at the Alton Towers Resort. But lots to look forward to. I tell you what, it's so nice to be back here at the park checking out all of the different updates. And one of the first things to actually notice is that guest services is back in the old location where it used to be. Now, when they created the resort box office, they kind of intertwined the box office and guest services together in the big green building, of course, down at the bottom of Tower Street. But now guest services is back here. There's some new signage to reflect that as well here as you're walking down the ramps down Tower Street. So yeah, as we can see there on the door, that's all about accessibility, guest feedback, lost property and ride access passes. So anything to do with sales, that'll be carrying on down in the box office. So we'll head down there and have a look. Blimey, it's a little bit windy this morning. Oh, it's so nice to be back inside the park and hear that Tower Street music again. As you can see, all the buildings look like they're having some work done down here on Tower Street. You've got the box office just over there that's had some paint work done and all the signage updated as well. As you can see, it's an ongoing project at the moment. There's still a couple of weeks to go until, of course, the theme park fully reopens. And of course, I imagine all this work will be finished by then. You've got the frog fountains over here that, again, it's not quite finished yet. I mean, they've drained the pool and it looks like it's just starting to fill back up again. But these have had a big refurbishment for this year, which again is really good to see. These have actually been in place for 25 years at Alton Towers, and they've actually took these apart, completely refurbished them. They've all been painted up and they look great, don't they? I mean, let's have a bit of a zoom in onto the frogs there. I mean, these are pretty iconic for Alton Towers. And yeah, you've got all the little details that have been painted back on as well. It's nice that they've not just, you know, covered them in green paint and that's it. They've done the really nice colour tones. You know, they've got the yellow on there, they've got the black, and of course the green's looking really good on there as well. But you might just be able to make it out a little bit. Of course, this will be more for at night, but they've actually added a new LED lighting package. I think it's inside the mouths, actually, of the frogs. And if we look at this one just over here, you can just see a little bit of blue. Just there on the water. Yeah, they've added like an LED lighting package inside, which of course is going to look great at night, and especially with all the events what they're going to be running this year, more chances to see the park in the dark, or at least as the sun's going down. I think that was a worthwhile investment for them, putting in some permanent lighting inside the frog fountains. But yeah, nice to see they've looked after those 25 years on, and they're looking yeah, just as good as new, and the lily pads are all painted up as well. So over here on the right hand side of Tower Street, or at least if we're looking at it from the bottom here anyway, the buildings have all been painted up and had some TLC, which of course is great to see. And this actually used to be the photo unit, the yellow tower. That's no longer going to be the photo unit. I believe that's all going to be done now from inside the resort box office. So what they've actually done is put the Alton Towers logo up there, the new refreshed logo of course, and they've actually removed the photos sign. And yeah, they've put these stars up there on the top as well. So yeah, that's looking nice and fresh. bit of TLC. Of course, it is ongoing down here on Towers Street, but yeah, it's looking good. It's nice to see that they're looking after the buildings and painting them up, of course, so it looks nice and fresh. Let's have a little look at the signage just over here then for Alton Towers Mardi Gras. Of course, as we know, this is the new event for 2021, taking it to the streets. We can see on here that must be like the slogan for this event, which I'm really liking. All the branding's very colourful, looks absolutely fantastic. And it's worth pointing out that we know that already this year there's going to be some later opening hours. So they've actually said as part of the marketing material for this that you're going to be able to ride as the sun is going down. And as we know, with these dates, the sun going down, are we going to be seeing maybe 8 o'clock closes? I mean, we had that for Oktoberfest last year, possibly some later closing times, which certainly very exciting. I'm really liking the sound of what Alton Towers are doing this year. It's looking like it's going to be one of the best seasons ever, to be honest. Really positive. We've got some rides testing over there as well. We've got Postman Pat going around there and just see one of the red vans. Along with that, Get Set Go, that's testing up there as well. We can just see some of the CBeebies bugs making their way round. Hive of activities today here at Alton Towers. It's 2 weeks today until, of course, the rides are going to be opening here, so there's a lot of work going on. As you can see, there's genies, cherry pickers, vans, all sort of parked up around the side. Lots of activity. We've got Spinball Wizard that's also testing down at the bottom there as well. Let's have a bit of a zoom in, see if we can see it. We can't actually walk down that side yet. It's all blocked off and there's work going on. But yeah, we'll have a little bit of a zoom in, see if we can see a bit of Spinball. There we go. Oh, it's nice to see a coaster going round again. Love it. But yeah, it's all we can see really from this angle. I'll tell you what, over the past few years, them trees have really shot up over there. You used to get a really good view of Spinball Wizard from here, but it's kind of hidden away now, which I must say I do prefer actually. You know, it's not the prettiest coaster to look at, so it's nice to see it a bit more hidden away. And then of course we're down here now at the bottom of Tower Street onto the lawns, and look at this. So all the seating's already out for these events. We first saw all of this seating for Oktoberfest. To apologise about the wind, it's very breezy. Yeah, we first saw all this set up for Oktoberfest, the new event for last year, and then of course it looks as though this is going to be staying like this throughout the whole season, which is brilliant because what a space to come down and chill out and yeah, just relax and take it all in, because yeah, you've got all the benches which are all out down here. Look at that, it seems like there's even more benches. I don't know if there is, but it seems like it. Maybe it's just because of the positioning of it. And of course we've got the stage, which is over there on the right hand side, which we can presume is going to be here for the whole year because of all the events what are coming up. Kind of Mardi Gras will roll into summer. I imagine they'll be doing some sort of entertainment down here over the summer, even if it's not an event so to speak. You know, just doing some live entertainment, some singing, some characters on there possibly. And then of course that'll then roll into Oktoberfest, which will roll into Scarefest. And then it'll be fireworks when, of course, all of this will be completely taken away. But they've been very clever with this because putting the stage off to the right-hand side means that fireworks, which all the setup goes down the bottom here, can be done without it affecting the stage area. And also putting the stage there as well means that it's not going to take away from the view of the towers, because if the stage was down the bottom here for the whole year, it would kind of detract from the view, and it really doesn't. It's nice to see that it's off to the right there. So yeah, I'm really impressed with what we're seeing. Give you a bit more of Spinball testing over there from this angle as well. Just see it going around there, doing some cycling. Oh, we've got some test dummies in that one. Get a bit of a zoom in for you. Spinball Wizard testing. 2 weeks to go until people will be riding that again. No water dummies in that one though. Oh, it's just nice to see some coasters going around and just hear the sounds of the theme park again, isn't it? But let's have a little zoom in on the stage, because you know me, I like a bit of tech. Like I said, I do apologise about the wind, it's very breezy. Oh yeah, loads of speakers on there, moving heads, park hands, all sorts of lighting on there. That's actually the stage what they had set up over outside Hex over Christmas, where they had some of the Christmas entertainment, and they were originally planning to do a pantomime on it, but again, unfortunately that couldn't go ahead. We might even possibly see this stage staying here for Christmas, who knows? I mean, we know that already Christmas they're exploring different options from the survey that was sent out. Check out the video here on the channel if you've not already seen it. But yeah, honestly, it's looking like it's going to be a really exciting season for Alton Towers. And we've only just walked down Tower Street, loads of updates to see. We'll head around the rest of the park that we can, what's open of course and accessible, and get some more updates. So we just thought I'd give you another view at the stage, a kind of front-on view this time. Spinball still doing its thing up there as well, testing. And yeah, you can see the stage from this angle, all the seating out the front of it. Just give you more of an idea on the size of the stage there as well. You can see a construction worker just out the front there. It gives you a bit of an idea on just how big it is. But yeah, really looking forward to it. I imagine we're going to see lots of different props and theming going on there, of course, to reflect all of the different events that are going to be coming to Alton Towers throughout 2021. But yeah, I'm sure many of us, I know we will be, certainly sitting down there taking it all in and having a few drinks throughout the summer in Mardi Gras. Really looking forward to it. I wonder if they're going to put any sort of food outlets or anything around here. I mean, for the events last year, the food outlets were on that side where the stage is. I'm thinking now that the stage is there, maybe we're going to see food outlets possibly around this side or maybe around parts of Mutiny Bay. I'm not too sure. But talking of Mutiny Bay, some work's been going on down here. It's been a big busy winter for Alton Towers. Lots of additional maintenance on top of all the usual work what they do as well. Of course, maintaining the rides and general bits of TLC. But yeah, over the winter they've been doing some work down here at Battle Galleons. Now, Mutiny Bay opened in 2008. Battle Galleons and the station building and all of that was completely new build when that was done, because of course there used to be Splash Kart Challenge here on this lake, and prior to that the Swan Boat ride. So yeah, all of this was a new build, and it was starting to look a little bit, you know, covered in moss and green. It wasn't looking great. Blimey, it's windy. But yeah, it's had some paintwork done for this year. You can see they've got the pressure washer out as well. We'll be able to get a little bit closer around the other side, but I thought I'll show you from this angle. Yeah, you can see they've completely sort of redone the castle just there. You know, it's all been sprayed and painted. Looks really good. All nice and fresh down the side. Off round here to the right as well, we can see how the boat's been painted up, and again, that's all been sort of sprayed down, pressure washed. You got the blue on the front there as well. That's looking really good. Nice zoom in on that. Like I say, we'll get some more views when we go a bit further round as well. Flags have been updated on there. Yeah, it's looking really good actually. But yeah, I thought it was going to be a bit of a better day today than it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still pretty warm, but yeah, it's very windy. So I do apologise about any wind noise that we're getting on the camera. But you know what? It's just nice to be back out filming a vlog today, filming what we can and getting some views. Of course, we can zoom in over towards X sector. We've got Oblivion and the Smile. I can't see any testing taking place at the moment. I thought I heard Oblivion when I first walked in, so possibly they're doing some testing on that earlier. And I say testing, there'll be a lot of ride training going on at the moment as well, because of course there's, you know, less than 2 weeks to go until the rides are going to be back open here at Alton Towers. So all the new staff and of course returning staff have to get trained on the rides. Let's go round the corner, see what else we can see of Battle Galleons. Much closer then now to the ride, and yeah, you can get a good idea on how it's all been cleaned up and looking a lot better than it was before. Don't get me wrong, with the theme that this has got, of course, with it being a pirates theme, they can kind of get away with it being a little bit dirty in some areas, but it was getting a bit too much, wasn't it? Especially if you went on here and saw all this last season. So yeah, it's looking a lot fresher, and the main galleon itself is where a lot of the work has gone into it, and it's looking fantastic actually. Yeah, it's probably looking the best it's looked now since 2008, all with that paintwork done on the front. And like I say, they've pressure washed all around the walls here at the side, and it's looking good, a lot better than it was before. And like I say, with this sort of theme, you don't want it to be too polished, too perfect, else it would kind of take away from the theme of it, you know. So yeah, it's looking good. It's just nice to see a bit of TLC that they've done down here in Mutiny Bay. So right, we're going to head now round towards the gardens. We'll have a look at the Wicker Man area when we come back down. We can't get really close because it's blocked off around here, but we'll see what we can. But yeah, we'll go down the gardens first, because I believe they're doing something very different that they've never really done before down in the gardens. So we'll go and check this out, because it should be open today. All of a sudden the wind's just dropped and the sun's peeked through the clouds, and it's gone really nice. So yeah, not complaining. Perfect for having a little stroll around the, oh, sun's gone in now, around the gardens. But yeah, we'll head down there. As you can see, looking beautiful as always. Spring is one of my favourite times to actually head down into the gardens. As you can see, the Pagoda Fountain is actually turned on as well, so it's good to see that in action so much. I mean, we saw it of course during Garden Lights Walk Whispering Souls at Halloween, then Twinkling Stars during Christmas, and then of course we can go down there and see it today. So it's just so nice to see them making the most of the gardens and utilising them a lot more. And they've been here for so long, it's just nice to see people heading down there and really appreciating them. And I think Alton Towers are starting to appreciate their assets a lot more, and it certainly shows. Putting on these events and stuff this year is a big thing for them, it really is, and I just hope that it pays off and it's really successful for them. So let's head down the gardens, because I believe if you want to, you can actually buy a plant down there now. What? Let's go and have a look. So much like last year, you've got a suggested garden walking route to head round, which of course you can follow if you want to. You don't have to, it's only suggested, but of course that's the best way to go round and see the gardens. Along with that as well, you got the hand sanitizer down here, stuff that we're all used to by now. And in terms of entry, I haven't actually spoke about this yet, but same as last year, having your temperature checked and of course a security check when you're coming in as well. So yeah, that's all the same setup down there on the plaza. Got that excited with Mardi Gras just being announced this morning. They're completely forgot to mention that, but that's all stuff that we're just used to by now, isn't it? It's like the normal when we're going to these places, which of course is absolutely fine. So let's head down this way and over to the conservatories, shall we? Because I believe that Alton Towers have done something very different in here that I never thought we'd see, or at least at Alton Towers. They've turned it into like a mini garden centre, which is interesting. So a couple of years ago, they completely restored all the conservatories, and since then it's not really been utilised for anything. I mean, I said, how nice would this be down here for weddings, ceremonies, all that sort of stuff, possibly like a tea rooms. I never even thought about like a garden centre, but hey ho, that's what Alton Towers have done. They've actually turned it into a little garden centre, and let's head down and have a look. Like, this is really interesting to see, isn't it? There we go. I tell you what, it looks nice with all the shrubbery out the front, all the little trees. And here we go, along to the Alton Towers Garden Centre. Let's go and have a look. Here we go then. So welcome to the Alton Towers Garden Centre, here in the absolutely stunning garden conservatories. How about this? I mean, look at that. What a location for this. Stunning, isn't it? And as we can see around here, loads of different plants available to purchase. Not just plants, you've got all sorts of little items down here, all the pricing on. I like the branding for all of this as well. As we can see here, plants have been supplied by Jackson's Nurseries, tea room and farm shop. So nice local business that of course Alton Towers is supporting with this. How different. I didn't think we'd ever see something like this, but there we have. You know, you can actually walk down this way as well to exit. So you just come in through the front section, exit down that way. But yeah, all sorts of stuff available to purchase down here. Loads of really nice plants. There's no like Alton Towers branding on these. I mean, what would be quite nice if there was maybe like a sticker or something like that on the plant tubs, maybe just to, you know, make it sort of be a bit more like Alton Towers-esque possibly. But still, it's something certainly very different down here. And it's a nice little setup what they've got going on. I mean, yeah, we wasn't expecting this for this year, but there you go. New for 2021, Garden Centre Alton Towers. How about that? Well, what a really unique idea for this year here at Alton Towers. And we've just walked down this way into the other parts of the garden conservatory. And it's just nice to be able to step into here. I mean, like I've mentioned in lots of the different videos, you know, I used to work here at Alton Towers and actually do the heritage tours. So I spent a lot of time actually inside the conservatories and showing people around and walking through them. But it's so nice that people now can come in here and actually enjoy this beautiful feature of the Alton Towers gardens, because it is stunning, it really is. No wind in here, it's beautiful. Like, I'll be spending a lot of time in here over the season, just in this area here. It's gorgeous, it really is. And I think it'd be really nice down here to kind of have like a bit of a tea rooms down here, and I think that's something what they're possibly looking at. So fingers crossed they'll be able to do that, of course, when restrictions allow. But yeah, they've actually redone some of the planting down here as well. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? The Alton Towers Garden Centre, new for 2021. This section's closed down here at the bottom, but a good 2/3 of the conservatories are open, of course, for you to walk around, which is fantastic to see. And there we go. It's just really nice to have a little walk through them and see, isn't it? It's certainly a very different idea, bringing in a garden centre here to Alton Towers, but you know what, I'm all for it. It's certainly very different. I think it'd be nice if they could customise the plant pots or something like that to make them fit in with Alton Towers, but it's great the fact that they're supporting a local business as well, bringing that in, and yeah, it's certainly very different. And like I say, I believe there's going to be some sort of tea rooms going into the conservatories as well at some point. I've been saying that for years, so it's nice to see that they're finally utilising their assets, especially down here in the gardens. Of course, last year there was 2 fantastic light trails that they had down here at Halloween and also at Christmas. As far as we're aware, they're set to return this year. All the lighting has been packed away though now, which must have been quite a big job. Of course, there was lights all in the U-arches here, park hands lighting up the trees, speaker systems. There was a lot in place, but I imagine they've packed all that away to keep it nicely safe, you know, and preserved, ready for this year as well. Of course, if you're leaving tech outside all year, even if it's waterproof, it's still going to get weathered and rusty and that sort of thing. So they've protected all that, and I imagine that'll start to be set up again later this year, ready for Scarefest. But yeah, really exciting. Loads of updates today so far here at Alton Towers. We're going to head a bit further around the gardens now, have a little look round here, and then we'll see what else we can see around the park before wrapping up today's update here from the first day of 2021, getting back into Alton Towers. It's great to be back. Oh, and there she is, the beautiful Pagoda Fountain, looking just as majestic as ever. Beautiful to see, especially now the sun's out here at Alton Towers as well. Shows just how windy it is though, doesn't it? Blowing it to the side every so often. But there we go. Whee! You might get soaked if you walk down there. So I don't think I'm going to go and walk too close to it, because as you can see, there's the pathway just down at the back there. Feel like I'm going to get soaked if I go walking down there. So I'm going to give that one a miss for today. But actually, this is one of my favourite views of the pagoda. Just up here on the hillside, just walk down the steps from the yew arches. And it's gorgeous, isn't it? Looking over there at the pagoda from this angle. The sun just shining down there onto the rooftops, and you really see the colours coming out on there as well. Of course, the white, green and also red paintwork that there is there over on the Pagoda Fountain. But yeah, it's great to see this back in action. Like I say, this was also restored a few years ago along with the garden conservatories, and it's looking great. And it's nice to see Alton Towers have got this turned on most of the year now. Like, you know, we saw that last year with the events and utilising it at night with all the lighting package, and then of course down here on a beautiful day today. Spring is here, everyone. It's lovely. Well, I must say, this part of the gardens is looking loads better than it did late last year, and even from kind of summer onwards in 2020, and there was all kind of plants and reeds growing up through. Of course, you can still see them down the bottom, but yeah, you know, they've cleared it all across the top here, looking loads better. I mean, they've done a bit of clearance work over at the side. Yeah, it's looking a lot better than it did late last year, because you're walking down here, you can hardly see that there was water there, you know, so it's nice that they've cleared it all up. Just be nice to see the white bridge down here have a bit of a coat of paint, wouldn't it? A nice lick of paint on there would look fantastic, and same with the bandstand as well. That needs a bit of work doing too. So as they're going round and gradually restoring the gardens, and of course the Towers ruins themselves, it'd be nice to just see them do a bit more TLC work on this, and also of course the bandstand just over there as well. But yeah, onwards and upwards, this is a great step forward to see all this cleared out down here, looking loads better than it was in 2020. So from what I can hear, there's quite a bit of ride testing going on in some of the other areas of the park. Of course, we can't walk around everywhere here at Alton Towers. It is mainly the gardens along with some of the surrounding footpaths. Like I say, we could walk through Mutiny Bay on the way down because that's access to the gardens. But I've just heard what sounded like Galactica down in Forbidden Valley. Definitely just heard Rita testing as well over in the Dark Forest. And I'm just going to head up this way now to see if we can get a bit of a view down into X Sector and see if we can see anything going on down there. Always nice to have a stroll around the gardens, especially when the sun is shining. In terms of some of the ride testing, the Sky Ride is testing over there. Of course, the gondola system that they've got in place here at Alton Towers. You can just see they're getting the gondolas out there. That one's making its way over Mutiny Bay and the courtyard down there. And I was hoping to get over towards X Sector, but unfortunately it is all closed off this time. Last year when they opened the grounds and gardens, you could get over this way, but yeah, they've actually got these posts just here saying no entry, and they've also barriered off the pathway there, so we can't get over there. But I can hear a bit of ride testing going on down there. Oblivion's definitely been testing earlier. It's not now, or I can't see any shuttles going round. However, I can hear the lift hill, the motor, in action over there, so that might possibly go round again shortly. And in terms of the Smiler, we can just see it peeking through the trees over there. Not testing or anything yet. Possibly it might do at some points, but I'll be up here a few times this week, hopefully to try and capture some more ride testing. And Charlotte's going to be coming with me in a few days too, so Charlotte will be back on the channel, and she's really looking forward to being in the videos again. Of course, at Scarefest there was Toxic Junkyard that was set up over behind Goal Striker. That's all been fully removed. There was the shipping containers there, they're gone, and of course off to the right hand side as well, you had like all Harris fencing and bits of theming down there. I was hoping that they were going to remove that actually, because it wouldn't have looked very good if it had stayed set up. Sometimes with Scarefest stuff it stays up all year, but that's not been the case with Toxic Junkyard. They've completely removed all that, which I must say I'm pleased about, because it doesn't look the best seeing that sort of thing all year, especially in such a beautiful park with all the natural surroundings like Alton Towers. But yeah, I can hear that lift motor for Oblivion. Can't see any shuttles going round, but yeah, hopefully at some point later this week we'll get some ride testing here at the Alton Towers Resorts. Oh, this tree, it keeps getting in the way, doesn't it? This will always be one of my favourite views here at Alton Towers, just walking up the pathway or across the grass and seeing the stunning Towers ruins that are looking great with the blue sky above them and of course the sun shining down on them today. But yeah, all of this is blocked off here, so we can't get any further down towards X Sector or up into Fountain Square. Of course, that's the pathway that leads down to Dark Forest as well. Can't get anywhere down there, so it's going to be a bit of a mystery, of course, to see if there's been any changes down there, but we'll find out in just a couple of weeks' time. So, going to make my way now back down towards Tower Street, where we're going to be wrapping up today's vlog, and we'll just have a quick look at Wicker Man along the way and any other updates to see as we're making our way down towards the exit of the park. Nice to see quite a few people here today though. I think everyone's just appreciative to come and have a day out, to be honest, after being inside the homes for months. But yeah, it's so nice just to be back down here, it really is. So as I mentioned earlier on, the Sky Ride is testing this afternoon now. As you can see, you've got one of the gondolas making its way above the gardens just there. You get a fantastic view looking down over the gardens from the Sky Ride, and especially when the Pagoda Fountain switched on, which it is a lot of the time now, so you get to enjoy the stunning views of the Pagoda Fountain, beautifully restored up there from the Sky Ride. Now, of course, I showed you all around the Battle Galleons area earlier on. However, of course, you get the fantastic view of the galleon from this side and all the paintwork that's been done there on the top. Looks great, and it's nice how they've added all the details on there again as well, with the blue paint and then the gold just on top. But yeah, I just thought this a really nice angle to show you again. And of course, with the little water feature turned on down there as well. Still a lot of people coming in now for their afternoon at Alton Towers. This is like the perfect weather for strolling around. It's not too cold, not too hot. It's just a nice day for having a little walk around. But we're going to head round the corner and just see if we can see anything of Wicker Man before making our way back up Towers Street and wrapping up today's update. First vlog from inside a theme park of 2021. Really windy again now down here in Mutiny Bay, but this is just as close as we can get at the moment. Over to Big Bob himself, there he is. Of course, over at Wicker Man, you can see they're actually putting some more markings down there on the floor as well, putting all these different arrows and social distancing markers in place. But yeah, this is just as close as we can get to Big Bob at the moment. Of course, you've got this barrier that's blocking it off. But yeah, looking forward to getting back on Wicker Man in just a couple of weeks' time. You can see the shutters up over there on the shop as well. So, of course, I'm looking forward to seeing what new merchandise is going to be on offer this year at Alton Towers. Towers Trading's closed at the moment. It's not an essential shop, so it can't be open. But, of course, it will be back open in a couple of weeks' time from the 12th of April. Pirate Treats is open though if you're coming down here to the park at the moment for any snacks, drinks, that sort of thing, ice creams, you can get them over there at Pirate Treats. But there you go, Big Bob will be riding on there again soon. Can't wait for the Wicker Man to rise. Seems like the Sky Ride stopped testing now, and it's very quiet actually around here in Mutiny Bay. Just thought we'd have a look to see if there's any changes, but nothing that I can really notice has changed around this area. Of course, you've got the Rocking Tug Ride just over there. That also dates back to 2008 as well, of course, when Mutiny Bay opened. And then Marauders Mayhem just over here, a much older ride. It used to be known as just the Teacups here at Alton Towers, and of course it was rethemed for 2008 and became part of Mutiny Bay. But yeah, it's all ready to go around here, of course, with that close to the ride's been open now less than a couple of weeks, so yeah, everything's built up, ride training's going on, testing, all the usual sort of stuff that you'd expect to really see in a theme park in its pre-opening stages. But yeah, I think that's about all we can see for updates today, so we'll head back up Tower Street and wrap up today's vlog. Back up on Tower Street then now, and a bit of an update on the chocolate and waffles stall actually. Oh, they look good down there, don't they? There you go, hot Belgian waffle with 2 toppings, along with that chocolate covered strawberries as well, one of my favourites. But yeah, you can see the booth just here is all in place. You got the lighting on the top there as well, with chocolate and waffles of course in all of the lights. So yeah, that should look quite interesting. Look forward to seeing that lit up. Of course, we know that the park's going to be opening later for these events, including the new Mardi Gras event. So yeah, more lighting in place, and yeah, that's good to see over on the chocolate and waffles booth. It's only a small update, but it's something. Well, it's been absolutely wonderful to get back into Alton Towers today and have a walk round, especially in the beautiful sunshine. It's been a bit windy at points, so I do apologise about any noise interference, but you know what, it's been great to get back in, film a vlog, have the camera in my hand and just be back inside a park. As much as not been on any rides today, because of course there's still a couple of weeks to go, it's been wonderful to walk back around my local park and see the changes. The resort really is a hive of activity. There's so much going on. I mean, in the background now you can hear the workmen over at the side getting everything prepared for 2 weeks time, of course, when the park is going to be reopening with all the different rides. But I tell you what, it's been great to see all the different changes from the areas that we can. Of course, we know all about Alton Towers Mardi Gras. I'm actually going to be filming a video tomorrow sharing my thoughts a bit more in detail about that, so stay tuned for that on the channel. Frog fountains are looking great. Of course, around the park seems like there's been a lot of work that's gone on too, including repainting the buildings down here on Tower Street, as we can see that's going on over on the side. But I think it's going to be a fantastic season for Alton Towers this year. Later opening hours, more events. It wouldn't surprise me if we see something possibly announced for over the summer season as well in terms of events, or at least some more live entertainment. And honestly, it's really sounding like it's going to be one of the best seasons in a long time here at Alton Towers, which I'm really pleased about. But just be walking down here again, hearing the wonderful Tower Street music and just soaking it all in. It's fantastic, it really is. And I've even got a little friend over here as well. There we go, I've got a little pheasant just here on the top of Tower Street. There we go. But no, it's been great to get back. Like I say, tomorrow I'll be filming a video back from the studio all about what I'm thinking we're going to see from Mardi Gras, so stay tuned for that one. And of course I'll keep you up to date with all the latest updates. As we also know, there's 4 funfair rides that have been brought in for this season. We can't see them from anywhere inside the grounds that are open today. Them areas are blocked off. However, we know that they're in place. Looking forward to seeing exactly what happens with those. Are they going to market that as some sort of event? Who knows, but we're going to find out soon. And thank you very much for joining me here from the Alton Towers Resort. Day 1 of the 2021 season, getting back in the park and of course seeing all the different changes. So yes, great to be back. Of course, me and Charlotte are going to be here in a few days time as well. We'll be back on the park, bringing some more updates. And of course, Charlotte's not been in a video for months. So in fact, she hasn't been in a video in 2021 yet because of all the restrictions, but we're going to be back here together and we can't wait to film some content and share it with you all. So thanks for joining me, Sean Sandbrook, here on Theme Park Worldwide from the Alton Towers Resort. And that leaves me with one final thing to say: get out there and keep on riding. See you in the next video.